Thanks to those joining me live and to those that'll be joining me on archive. It's D Style here. Just came on. Just came on, man. Look, man. I wanted to do this video. I don't know how long I'll be on here, but I want to get off my chest what I want to get off my chest. Like, I need to say some of these things. What's going on, A-Rod? Man in Water, what's going on? I need to say some stuff. You know what I mean? So, you guys saw the fight. You know what I mean? I'm not, we'll talk about it tomorrow on Aftermath. So I don't want to talk about, break down the fight for you out, but I'm going to give you some vague kind of thoughts, of course. So let me kind of process this and let's get that out there. Okay. I think it is very possible that whatever greatness, whatever, blip in the radar, whatever Andy Ruiz was going to do, he probably already did it. Like that is might be harsh. Some people might say, what? I saw the weigh-in and I saw Ruiz on the scale. And I know there was people saying, man, this guy, he's good at fooling people. He's playing mind games. And that's not what I saw. I actually believe my lying eyes. I saw an Andy Ruiz that looked horrible. Looked terrible. And what I saw in the sombrero and the wearing that black tank and all that stuff, and what I saw was a man that was trying to avoid the inevitable. They're not going to let you wear all that in the ring. You're going to fight tomorrow, Andy. Now, what are you doing? I heard different things. I changed I say, you know what? Josh was going to win this fight. I knew the fight was going to be close. But I said, he's going to win this fight. And he's going to win this fight because he wants it. Not just wants it, wants to work for it. Say what you want. One guy actually trained. One guy actually did what he had his part for this rematch. One guy actually did something. Now we could talk about what he could have done better, and at the end of the day, the guy won. At the end of the day, the man won. We could say whatever we want. At the end of the day, he won. I know who didn't win. And I know who didn't win because there's only two men. And we know the one that won. So the other one lost. Ironically, one fight happened on the tail end. On the tail end of spring. Right before the summer. The rematch happened at the tail end of fall, right before winter. Summertime, right? The spring. Everything comes together, right? The leaves are out. The hot sun is out. It was a dream of spring. That's what it was. And we enjoyed the summer. But then as fall came, as the feeling of fall. You know how fall feels? The leaves are falling, their nose is runny, or it's just ah. And it kind of the mood of this fight felt like fall, and it felt like spring break. It felt like the fall. A Rod, of course it matters. You can't say that doesn't make it. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna just say what I gotta say. Here's a problem. Okay, here's a problem. Maybe Andy believed that. You know, maybe that's why he showed up the way he showed up, or listening things like that. Okay, the weight matters. It matters. Coming in shape matters. This is boxing. It's an athletic contest. It's a fight. It does matter. We can't say it doesn't matter. All right? It's ridiculous and lazy thinking to say, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Well, we don't know that. I thought it mattered. Yeah, the fight did suck. But that's not what we're talking about here, okay? We didn't go watch a play or a movie at the theater. We're going to talk about the fight. Look, man. I saw video footage before the fight that was very alarming to me. A lot of people thought it was funny. You know what I mean? Like, for some reason, the things people find funny, I wasn't laughing. Right? There was footage, right? Like they were going inside Andy's, dressing room or his hotel room, whatever the fuck it was, and they had a table lined up with a whole lot of tacos. Andy Ruiz attacked those tacos harder than he attacked AJ. Okay? Went in there. Getting different salsas and shit. Dude, he was on point with that. Like when he bites it and then he's like giving the nod of approval to the person that's biting it with him, the other fat ass next to him. Right? Are you kidding me, man? And you're supposed to be preparing for a fight. Oh, man. Oh, this style. That's Andy. That's just what he does. He uses the tacos for energy. Because that's funny. Get it? Because he's Mexican. And when you eat tacos, it gives you energy. It's funny. Right? So I'm here and I'm thinking to myself, this is terrible. I sent a video to a friend, right? And the guy goes, I think he's just like eating one taco, but then like when the camera comes off, he doesn't eat anymore, right? I saw the way Andy Ruiz was eating those tacos. Okay. I've seen people eat tacos my whole life. In fact, I think I'm an expert when it comes to watching people eat tacos and the technique that's used. The way this guy was eating tacos and savoring the taco and taking time to put on different salsas on different fucking tacos. Okay, this motherfucker ate that whole fucking tray. I know it. I will bet my life on it. Okay? I will bet my life on it. And if I'm wrong, tomorrow I'll be fucking 6 feet under. Because I know I'm not wrong. All right? This dude became a parody of himself. That's what he became. No, Batista, it doesn't matter. Who cares if Andy Ruiz eats a lot? He's always been a fat guy. Oh, so he just coming fatter then. So he should have just came in 300 pounds then. Well, fuck it. Why do any training? Why hit any mitts? Just stay home, eat tacos all day and pizza about the pizza. I told you guys that shit was problematic. Okay, people are like, no, but this style, you understand this style. He's fat. Look, I'm not asking this dude to get chilled down and come out with a six pack. Right? Shout out to Chill Boxing Talk. Texas stand up, absolutely. And he says, I'm disappointed, Andy Ruiz. I'm disappointed in the effort, the lack of effort going into the damn fight. So this shows me something about Andy, like something really disturbing. A lot of people are not going to want to hear. Okay? Very disturbing. By the way, Andy Ruiz, all right, after the fight, after says, "Oh no, I came overweight, I didn't train hard enough, and let's do a third fight." Oh, you're telling me? You're telling me? You're telling me, motherfucker? You should have been known that. You should have known. All right, that coming overweight like that was just gonna slow you down. Okay. Because Andy Ruiz has fast hands, but he doesn't have the fastest feet in the world. I don't care what anyone says. So you have to be able to be nonstop moving in that ring. Okay? Since the day you make this dude bend the knee in front of the world, right? You knew this day was coming. You knew you were going to have to fight AJ again. And you should have known. Anybody could have told you what his game plan was going to be. All right? The opposite of what he did the first time. Because what he did the first time didn't work. Okay? He was going to come out and try to box you. He was going to try to 1-1-2 you. Like anyone with a brain knew that was going to be AJ's game plan. The question was, can AJ pull it off? And what can Andy do to counter that and be ready for that? It's like this dude wasn't ready for that. Too many people got in Andy's ear and told him, man, it doesn't matter what you weigh. Come in as fat, eat as many tacos, as many pizzas, as many burritos, whatever you want. You want some, Whataburger, Andy? That's the food of champions, Andy. Okay? It's funny. People like it when you eat Snickers in the middle of an interview. It's funny because you're the fat guy. Okay? Too many people got in his ear, whether it's personal, on social media, and convinced this dude, like he believed himself, that it doesn't matter if he comes in heavier. It doesn't matter. Like, I just don't get like what you were expecting. All right. Joshua comes out, all right, looks like a poor man's version, okay, of Vladimir Klitschko in the middle of his ring. That's what he looked like. Right? That was what he did. Andy Ruiz didn't have the energy or the strength, okay, with his T-Rex arms, all right, to move around, okay, close those elbows, probably got all that fucking extra lard on him, all right, to fucking move around and not allow this dude to grab him. The one time he did it, it worked in the 8th round. He caught AJ, fight him off of the hook, right? But then the next round, dude was huffing and puffing. By the next round, the dude was huffing and puffing. Jab, 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 hold. Jab, jab, cross. A hook here and there. Jab, jab, hold. Jab, jab, cross. Jab, jab, and a hook here and there. That was a fucking game plan. And you got this zone, McCracken. He's really letting them know. Like, that's all they did. He came out with a poor man's version of a Vladimir Klitschko. That's what he did. That was his game plan. What did Ruiz do? Nothing. He couldn't do anything. He would kind of huff a little bit in the second half of the fight, like, and then he would come in, like trying to get that extra burst of energy. Are you kidding me? Trying to get that, like, it's too late. You should have taken care of that before. right? Like you really thought you were just gonna show up and win? Like, let me tell you guys, in boxing, you don't just show up and just win. It's not the way it works. Okay. Like it's not like, oh, I'm Andy Ruiz. I beat him the first time. I gotta beat him the second time. No, you got to do the preparation, bro. You got to put in the work. And that's the way it works, right? Now, something very disturbing to me because what Andy Ruiz did, and if you've been following my channel for a long time, you'll know I don't like it when fighters do what Andy Ruiz did. Okay, you know what it is? The building excuse. I can't stand fighters that already have the building excuse in case they lose. I cannot, for the life of me, stand that because it says a lot about a fighter. Okay, it really does. Like all bullshit aside, it's one of the reasons I stopped supporting Chris Arreola. It wasn't because Chris Arreola was never the best. You don't have to be the best for these style boxing to support you. You don't have to be the very best fighter in your division, right? But you got to try, and you got to give me 100%. Like if I feel like, man, that motherfucker went out there and he gave it his best, then I'll support you. Okay. You know how embarrassing it was when you hear stories of Arreola locking himself in his room and his trainer knocking on his door, trying to convince him to get out to go train. And then he would brag about, oh, I'm Mexican, man. I like to drink my Coronas and I love pizzas, man. Like, are you kidding me, bro? Like, are we serious right now? This sport of because let me tell you, man, there's been a lot of Mexican warriors in this fucking sport, right? Who I guess because they got to make the weight. I guess is that the stereotype they're putting is if a Mexican doesn't have to make weight at the scale, like he'll just eat pizzas and tacos all day. And I apologize for not reading the comments yet, but I'm not cooking, but I'm like, you know, I'm broiling it and shit. You know what I mean? I'm gonna broil this shit. Dude, Andy Ruiz looked like a fucking. Did they seduce this dude with food, bro? Like, what the? I just don't. Like, who's the dude that took those fucking tacos to that fucking. I want to know, bro. Right? Fucking Eddie Hearn probably sent all those tacos and pizzas and shit. Okay? Are you kidding me? And then he was trying out different just like a month and a half ago, trying out different flavored pizzas somewhere. Like I'm just like, what are you doing? What? Do you want to be the heavyweight champion of the world, or you want to be like you want to fight fighters, or you want to be like? Because Andy, there's a spot on Man versus Food for you, like on that Food Network and shit. You could do that shit all day. Okay, this is Andy Ruiz. Man versus food. Like, dude, will attack those tacos all day. I get it. Right? But look, and then Andy's never looked like a boxer and shit, but he looked horrible. He looked terrible in that fight. Like it was like when you have to go back, like you have to push the momentum of the fat. Like it was just like I'm just saying. I know I'm not trying to be funny, but it was like he became a parody of what people thought he was in the first fight. In the first fight, he's just some fat dude. Look at this out of shape guy. He ain't gonna do shit. Age is gonna beat him because this, that, and third. And then he became a parody of himself. But let's go back to the built-in excuse. What Andy Ruiz said in that post-fight interview told me everything I needed to know. Everything. Right? I don't want to make no excuses, but you know, I came in a little out of shape, but if you give me another opportunity, I'm going to come and try my best. Oh, I get it. That's what you want. You want people to say, Man, if Andy came in shape, he would have won this fight. That's what you want people to say, right? That was always my biggest gripe with Areola, Broner. You know, there's other fighters, but all that built-in excuse. It's a form of weakness, right? It is. It's a form of weakness. Guys like that never become legends. They, they just don't, right? Period. And look, man, the disappointing part was like how many people Andy Ruiz just let down. Okay. Now, it's going to be people that are going to feel let down if you lose, even if you try your best. I get it. Okay. But a vast majority of people, dude, like there was so many people supporting Andy Ruiz of all walks of life, not just Mexicans, that were really behind this guy, that really wanted this guy to win, that really wanted him to go out there and do it again. And he let all those people down. Every single last one of them. I fell let down the moment he stepped on the scale. I lost hope that moment. And people thought it was crazy. Oh, these styles, it's not going to make a difference. Okay. You don't think it's going to make a difference? Okay. No, no, no. I still think it's the same. Okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like I get it, but okay. Like, if you don't think that matters, all right. I think it matters. Obviously, I was right. You know what I mean? So, the fight itself, all right? Look, I don't think, look, this poor man's version of Klitschko style is not going to work for like other AJ opponents. Okay. Because he hasn't adapted that style well yet. Like he was still making a lot of mistakes in there. You know what I mean? Like, like AJ's not a master at holding and shit. Like, you know what I mean? He's not good at really like locking those dudes in and stuff like that. He's not. Okay. Like sometimes you gotta like put the hook the underarm in and make sure you trap their gloves and shit. Like AJ, like I could see what he was doing, but you could tell that's not what he does. He's not natural at that. You know, like he could become good at it like down the line, several fights, but um, I also think that Andy looking like lethargic and slower, way slower on his feet this time than the first fight. I think all those things did help AJ. And that's not a knock on AJ. That's totally Andy's fault. But the reason I bring that up is if he fought like another fighter like that, let me put it this way. If that was his game plan against, let's say, Povetkin, he would have lost. Okay. Because Povetkin was getting to Joshua, and Joshua had to give him some fire in return. And while Vladimir made it work, I'm not sure AJ would be able to implement that and make it work. So it did work. All right. It worked against Andy in this particular case. We don't know if it would have worked. You could suspect all you want, but we don't know if it would have worked if Andy actually came in better shape and better prepared. And at least expecting that. At least, like, are you telling me you didn't for a moment think he's going to try that? You know, so that's my issue, right? Like, I don't know if this style that he utilized is going to work. All right. And that's right. You guys make sure you throw a jab at that like button. I'm not sure this style that was implemented is going to work against other fighters. You know what I mean? And that's okay. Right. The thing about heavyweight, the heavyweight division has a different culture to other weight classes, right? Other weight classes, we're used to one thing. right? We're used to guys weighing in like on the dot, and then they rehydrate the next day, and then we really know, like if they actually give us the actual same day weights before they go to the ring, we would have a better idea, right, of the fight we're about to see. At heavyweight, they're not rehydrating or anything like that. That's pretty much who they're going to be in the ring, right? It's more ceremonial. So it's not, let me put it this way, it's not like something new or um, crazy to see someone that had a lot of muscle mass drop muscle mass and then gain muscle mass. Like it's not crazy to see a guy. They all have a spectrum of where they could weigh to still be effective against this type of fighter, that type of fighter. But they can't get too heavy or too light. All fighters have that spectrum, and to me, Andy was like way out of that spectrum. You know what I mean? Andy was definitely like at least 20 pounds away from the spectrum of his optimum weight, like for sure. Like, there's no doubt in my mind, right? Um, but anyway, if AJ has found a spectrum, let's call it, right, where he can gain muscle mass, lose muscle mass, right, depending on the fighter that he's fighting, okay? Like a fighter that comes to mind, like you know, that will kind of do some weight sometimes was Ray Mercer, right? So when Ray Mercer lost his fight to Vladimir Klitschko, uh, a little past than Mercer was, right? But 10 years later, he knocked out a former UFC champion. But that's a different story, okay? Um, if you take like when after that fight, that is, Ray Mercer said, he felt that if he would have done a little more weights, and give up a little bit of his speed to add more muscle mass, he could have knocked Klitschko out because he would have felt stronger. Now we don't know that's true, but that's what he said. Oh, a fight broke out. There's a fight breaking out. Anyway, football game. But I just think that a lot of us, a lot of you guys, um, haven't really like watched heavyweight boxing. We're used to seeing the other weight classes and how weight classes in those divisions work. You know what I mean? It's a different animal. The whole thing is just different. You know what I mean? So, like in other weight classes, a dude's 11 pounds over, like, all right, we can allow this fight. Dude's too fucking big, right? At heavyweight, like, a dude could be like too heavy, and it's like a total bad thing. Like, it's not a good thing at all. You know what I mean? It's just a different culture, right? That's why I kind of wish we still had just the original 8 weight classes, right? Because then you would see that the culture of those weight classes and the weigh-in would be completely different. You know what I mean? It was just a different kind of idea. Like some fighters will come in, let's say the weight limit was, let's say, 160 pounds. But for said fight, a fighter will come in, let's say he felt he wanted more speed, in a particular fight. So they would come in like at 100 and 52 pounds for this fight against said fighter, right? And then on the next fight, they would come in like at 157 pounds instead of coming, you know what I mean? So it just depends. Like they had a spectrum themselves. And all you have to do, like if you don't believe me, is look up the fight, like go to BoxRec and look up fights from the 30s and the 20s and look at the weights. Like they weren't weighing in on the dot. You know what I mean? There was some fighters that weighed on the dot. You know what I mean? But for the most part, you see different weights, and it's the same weight class. It's just that there was actually a spectrum in which fighters could weigh in at. Now the science behind the weights, it's just completely different, from cruiserweight down. It's just different. You know what I mean? If anything, cruiserweight is probably the last weight class besides heavyweight where you do see a little bit of a spectrum, actually, because there's a long space between 175 and 200. That's a completely different story. But from 175 down, the culture is different. Guys weighing on the dot, and then what they rehydrate to is really the science behind what they're fighting under. But that's another story, another day. Back to heavyweight, right? For Anthony Joshua, like, don't be shocked if he puts on the muscle mass again, depending on who he fights. Okay, or I would hope so anyway. I just don't think that Anthony Joshua will work against other fighters. Okay, that's just my honest assessment and my honest thoughts about that. Okay. Um, but people are acting like it's crazy that he lost the weight, and like it's not that crazy, right? Um, that's all I got about that. And let me go over the chat because man, the chat's been cooking, and I was over here like just going away. And he's an idiot. As soon as he won last fight, we heard about him buying a mansion, luxury cars, and jewelry. Then he comes into the fight 50 pounds heavier, uh, looks like shit, and says he didn't train very hard. What a disappointment! Absolutely, absolutely. Saludos. The fight went how you expected, and the weight certified it. I hear you. Once he got in the ring, could tell the big weight difference. He also told the interviewer that he was like in the 260s in the morning. But who the fuck are you kidding, bro? Like who are you kidding? Like, no one's believing that you gained 20 pounds in the morning to like the weight. No one believes that. Like that's not a thing. At least, and not for heavyweight. Like, are you kidding me? Come on. All right. Once he got in the ring, could tell the weight difference. Absolutely. Joshua won his fight in the gym and track. Yeah. Kenneth Johnson, what's going on? And I heard about the Ruiz Senior interview. I haven't seen it yet, though. I haven't checked it out. Hey, Rod says, honestly, I don't think the weight would have made a difference. And the way AJ boxed, Andy couldn't have done much. AJ did his thing and come out victorious. We don't know that. I completely disagree that it wouldn't have made a difference. Right? We're not going to agree on that. Okay, I'm just saying. I mean, there's a lot of talk about that. You know what I mean? Like, but you know me, man. Like, if we go down that rabbit hole, bro, like it's gonna be nonstop. You know, like, oh, well, this guy must be on this, and it's just like I hear you, but there was no resistance from Andy, bro. Like my answer to whether was Joshua juicing. You know, let's get to the point. I don't know. Okay, maybe he was. I suspect probably. Who knows? But I don't know. Right? But here's my thing. Andy didn't push him, dude. Okay? Like, Andy let AJ off the hook. Couldn't corner. He couldn't cut off the ring. He was lethargic. He didn't look good. There was no resistance coming back at AJ. Okay? Like, Andy would land a body shot here and there, and then I'm like, okay, follow up, dude. Like, wouldn't follow up. Just very, very frustrating. Yes, he did. He squandered a huge opportunity. A whole tray of tacos. Okay, Joe's Manny Robles even said he kept telling Ruiz to attend camps in September, and he never listened. Ruiz's social media parties, parades, interviews, cars, houses, and foods. Lots of food. What's up to Reggie Owens? By the way, make sure you guys subscribe. He had no discipline, Bruce. Absolutely. AJ10. Andrew Ruiz in a 3-4 week training camp had better preparation than a regular fight. Unbelievable. I just think he procrastinated a lot. And he probably thought that. He probably thought, I mean, I got ready in 5 weeks the last time, so I'll be all right. Like, I still felt like very energetic the last time. I don't got to get in shape. Like, I could totally see this dude doing that, bro. Just saying. Ruiz is effing crazy. No discipline. 283 was probably like 285, 287. Probably 290 the day of the fight. Who fucking knows? No excuses. Doesn't deserve a third fight. I don't know, man. I don't even know how to feel about that right now. I said Joshua would win, but I'm disgusted with Andy. Wow. The social media posts, reports of him partying and him gaining weight. I knew it was time. It was out of hand. Right? And where are you dudes, by the way, that when I said, hey man, I made a video saying Andy Ruiz gotta like get back at it. You know what I mean? All right, you celebrate enough, bro. Like it's been a month. Okay, time to get to work. Oh, you're just hating. All right. Have you ever been heavyweight champion of the world, D style? No, you haven't. So who are you to tell him? Really? Like I never been an astronaut. Okay. But if I hear, okay, that an astronaut wants to go to space and take out his oxygen helmet, right? And I say, no, don't take off your oxygen helmet. Are you gonna tell me, oh, but have you been to space? Like, who are you to tell an astronaut what to do with his? Are you kidding me, bro? Some people. Oh, D style, you're just a hater, man. You don't want to see a Mexican succeed, eh? People like you, right? The ones eating tacos with him, like, dude, this guy, like, Andy Ruiz has mastered, like, not even I've done this. It's crazy. I've been eating tacos my whole life. Okay, dude, like got the tacos right, and he even has like a little technique, like in one motion, like he scoops the, like I swear to God, he scoops the salsas. It's like three of them, right? And he goes boom, 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 like in one motion, like, and then he grabs like the cilantro and is putting the cilantro while he's lifting the taco, and then he goes like this, and then he's already like eating it, and then takes the last bite and he's already grabbing the other taco. Like it's like, dude, the technique is flawless. Like, bro, what is this? Right? And then people expect you to believe. Like they're cutting the footage while he's already grabbing another taco. Oh, you only had one, D style? You know how like Tiger Woods has mastered, right? You know, like he's mastered like the swing, bro, or the putt. Like, pop. You know what I mean? He's mastered it. Like he could see the line, right? He gets on one knee, looks down, looks at the line, all right, pah, and then the ball goes right, and it goes in, right? Mastered it. The swing, like Andy Ruiz has mastered, like I'm like, whoa, dude, like, what is this? Like it was insane, bro. Then he grabs a pizza. Like have you guys seen how he grabs the food with grace? Like in the ring, he's like pa 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 pa. Well, at least he was before this fight. But you know, he comes in and boom, a full motion on his shots, and you know, he comes in, he's the destroyer. But well, he's so graceful, like with the food, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm just like, what is this? Are you kidding me? What's up, Jupiter? I'm going down the line. I'm catching up here. Bert, Bert what? From Arkenton. Gotcha. I don't know why I thought it's in marketing. Salute these styles is shut. Absolutely. What's going on? So he didn't train at all, or was he skipping training? He probably trained some. Dude probably hit the mitts and thought that was like, okay, I'm good. Come on, man. The zone panel was a joke panel to the house fighter. It didn't matter. You know. I mean, was it a? There's people calling it a master class. That's not the first word that came to mind, but they're saying it because they kept saying it over and over again. Um, like the term, like he beat his ass, doesn't come to mind. You know what I mean? Like, but I've always been like, my thing is, like he beat him, like he outclassed him. You know what I mean? That's what he did in this fight. Like I gave Andy, I think, like one round, like maybe two. Stopped scoring after like fucking 6 rounds, bro. Like, I think I might have given it. Was it the eighth? Like, I'm trying to remember the round I gave Andy, but like for sure, where he was doing good. I'm like, oh, he's gonna turn around, and I don't know. Even Chris earlier must have thought, shit, man, Andy came in too heavy, bro. It is crazy. All right. And excuses at the end are terrible after people spend money to watch him. It's horrific, right? At least have the decency to say, you know what, man, Andy. I mean, Anthony Joshua came in. He fought good. I wasn't ready for that game plan. I put on the weight, because I thought he was gonna come fight toe to toe, but he didn't. But much respect to him. Next time I'm gonna be ready for this. Like, he could have said that, bro. You know what I mean? Like we would have known you were full of shit, but at least give us a bullshit reason why you put on the weight. Like. And then if you would have said that, like, there would have been some dudes coming out here defending you. See, he said he thought AJ was gonna stand rock'em sock'em style with them. You know what I mean? Because in boxing, like, someone has to stand in front of you like a punching bag, okay, for you to win. Apparently, dude, one of the saddest things a fighter could do is, like, it's just my opinion, but when fighters do this, first of all, where were you like for 11 and a half rounds? Where were you? And now you want that? Like, if Andy wanted to fuck with AJ's head, right, and try to get the like, try and get the audience or the crowd on your side, and or challenge his machismo and be like, oh, come on, come box, fight me right now. You should have done that in round one, right? Fighters have done that before. Like, they've lured guys into their type of fight, okay, and it's a process. But you don't do it in the last 10 seconds of the fight. Like, what are you doing? Why aren't you swinging for the fences, bro? I'm just saying, you know? His own dad said Andy didn't take it seriously. Why not? Like you have the weight of so many people supporting you, right? And you just, like, you don't try. That's crazy. Why isn't it coming up? Well, there it is. Yeah, it's harder for some heavyweights since they don't have to bust their ass to make weight like the rest. That makes sense. We got you. Dude, he was like, we got to give Andy the hotel with the best room, with the best food. Let's get some Mexican food to Andy's room. And he let himself down, his trainer, family, and most of all, yeah, he let everybody down, bro. He let a nation down, right? Like, Andy's the one that decided, like you guys do know the story of, like, the national anthem, right? Matchroom was like, nah, we're not going to play the Mexican national anthem. And Andy said, no, I represent Mexico. I'm all for Mexico, my raza. I'm not going to fight unless you play the national anthem, right? Threw out a singer out there and shit, right? Now, at least for the first fight. I don't think that was a controversial thing this time, but you chose to say, I'm going to represent what I represent. You know what I mean? You did that. Now, first of all, I don't know who picked it. That was like salsa. That was like some Puerto Rican music they were playing, right? They were playing Puerto Rican music for this dude who was walking out, bro. Okay, maybe that threw him off. I don't know. If AJ kept up what he did the first 2 rounds of that fight, it'd be a boring decision win for AJ. The fight was kind of boring, yeah. The weight made a big difference for Andy. Absolutely, David Gregory. It absolutely did. You know what I mean? For sure. I disagree when people said Andy came in heavier for power. Yeah, that's like working backwards with logic. You know what I mean? Like, you want to say something positive for Andy, so no matter what, like, you're going to make an argument. Oh, he's 50 pounds heavier. Well, that's because he wants to come in stronger. That's what it is. Doesn't quite work that way, actually. Becoming a fatter lard doesn't give you more power. Look, I'm sorry. It doesn't. Okay? Like, I'm just saying. All right, it's just, that's like not a thing. He had already said it before. He expects AJ to move. Okay. Well, the 90 AKU bragging about getting a fight right. Look at this. I did switch my pick to AJ after the weigh-in, so I don't know if you're talking about me, but I really wanted to see Ruiz versus Wilder. I mean, I mean, sure, but I'm just that. Like, if you don't want it bad, like I know this is gonna sound harsh, but if you don't want something bad, I don't want you to have it. You know what I mean? I want to live in a world where hard work, dedication, coming in at your best, taking shit serious, right? At least the world I live in, like that, those things matter, right? They matter. Just saying. What else I got? They played Mark Anthony. Was that Mark Anthony? Or are you just messing with me, AJ? We saw Andy all year. Well, we saw a lot of the footage, but people, I kept hearing, "Oh, Andy, oh, that Andy, bro." The dude, like, maybe he picked that, but it wasn't Mexican music. Like, I mean, I'm just saying. Um, but look, man. At the end of the day, Andy Ruiz did this to himself, right? He did it to himself. Andy had an opportunity to do something amazing. And not only did he fail at not doing that, right? Not only did he fail at that, he also failed at trying. Like that's amazing. And it's disappointing. No, this wasn't smoke and mirrors at the weigh-in. I think Andy's up to some. Andy looks the same to me. Like, I'm just saying, man. Right? So, yeah, at the Mark, and there's nothing wrong with being Puerto Rican. I'm just saying, it just makes me wonder, like, if if they like, we're like, oh, we got to put some Mexican music. Oh, let's put some of that salsa. Like, you know what I mean? It was just, I don't know. I'm just saying. Come on, some mariachi music, bro. Now I'm glad he did it. Okay. Because you came out and you fought like a like you prepared and you fought like a Puerto Rican. All right. I'm joking. I'm joking. Okay. But Puerto Rico could have him. You guys want him? No. Look, I hope and wish the best for Andy Ruiz. I really do. You know, but in life you have to hear the truth. Okay. A lot of you guys out there that think you're his fans or his supporters, and if you keep saying, "Oh, Andy, come in whatever way you want, eat all the tacos you want," oh yeah, Andy, I believe in Andy no matter what. Okay, I think it's cool that he's out of shape. Makes me feel better about myself because I'm a fat guy too. And like if that's what you want to say to Andy, and that's what you, okay, you do that. Okay. Next time I eat tacos, I need to show me the Andy Ruiz technique, bro. Oh, the dude, like Andy, like has that shit down, bro. Like, I'm just what the fuck's going on over here? One motion, he gets salsas like from. I never seen that before. Like oh, whoa. So that's the story, guys. The guy became a meme of himself. Yeah, he became a parody. That's a better way to say it of himself, and it's a shame, right? This is D-Style Boxing, guys. Tomorrow, right? It's going to be Aftermath. So make sure you tune in for that. 10 p.m. Eastern Time, Mondays to Thursdays. D-Style Boxing is live. So make sure you check that out. It's going to be some special. And it's going to be a good show. I just want to come out and really give you my thoughts about, just the irony, right? Like let's just look at the story, bro. Like just the way it happened. Like for Ruiz, it was the tail end of spring with summer about to start. You know what I mean? Like just think about that. The flowers have finished blooming and the trees are green again, and make the trees green again. You know what I mean? And other than the allergies, I mean everything else was great. You know what I mean? And just look at what he accomplished and look how happy he was and how they celebrated and how good people genuinely felt for Andy Ruiz, you know. And then look at the rematch, the tail end of autumn, of the fall. It's like I understand that every beginning must have an end. Like I get that. But I didn't suspect that it was going to literally start with spring right when we're going to hit the summer and literally end in the fall. We're about to hit winter. The winter winds have come and gone. Andy Ruiz sat on a wall. You go ask the Horsemen and all the King's Men, because I don't know if anybody could ever put Andy Ruiz back together again. This is D-Style Boxing. Keep it boxing. I'm out.